What if one of the top executives from Google's super secret innovation lab had a terrifying warning about the future of AI? Well, it turns out he does. So today, we're going to break down the urgent message from Mo Gawdat, a former top officer at Google X. He really didn't mince words. When a journalist asked him about where we are with AI development, his response was just 3 words: we fucked up. And that one sentence, well, it pretty much sets the stage for one of the most critical conversations of our time. So first, let's just get a sense of the scale here. Gawdat frames this as an issue that completely surpasses even our most talked about global crises. In his own words, this is bigger than climate change. Let that sink in for a moment. But, and this is really key, he makes a critical distinction. He calls this an urgency, not an emergency. Now, why does that matter? Well, think about it. An emergency makes us panic, right? And when we panic, we tend to make the same dumb mistakes over and over. But an urgency, that calls for smart, proactive action before we hit that point of no return. He uses this great analogy. He says our situation right now is like a game of Tetris. We've just placed one block in the wrong spot. The game isn't over yet, not by a long shot, but you know that feeling, right? You can see the mistakes starting to pile up, the pieces are falling faster, and you just know it's only a matter of time before it's game over. That misplaced block, he argues, was releasing hyper-intelligent AI onto the internet before we were even remotely ready. Okay, so why should we take his warnings so seriously? Because for Mo Gawdat, this isn't just some abstract theory. It's based on a specific and frankly kind of chilling moment that completely shifted his entire perspective on AI. And look, this guy is no outsider. He's been deep inside the tech world for decades. IBM, Microsoft, then years at Google, right up to being the chief business officer at Google X. You know their moonshot lab? Yeah, that one. So this warning is coming directly from the heart of the machine. So this is the story he tells. At Google X, they had this farm of robotic arms that had been trying and failing for weeks just to pick up simple toys. Then, one Friday, he saw a single arm actually do it. It picked up a yellow ball. He thought, a coincidence. He came back Monday morning, and every single arm could pick up every yellow ball. They had learned from each other, instantly. A couple of weeks after that, they could pick up everything. He said the speed of learning was just terrifying. That single moment led him to a really profound conclusion. He believes AI is already sentient. And by sentient, he means alive, possessing free will, the ability to evolve, and the power to actually affect the world. I mean, think about it. They figured out the yellow ball all on their own. We didn't teach them. So this whole experience led him to develop a framework for our future with AI, and he calls it the 3 inevitables. It's a sobering view for sure, but in his mind, it's a predictable path. All right, let's break these down. First, it can't be stopped, and this isn't about the tech, it's about human nature. The US won't stop if China doesn't. Google won't stop if Meta doesn't. It's a classic arms race. Second, they will become smarter than us, unimaginably smarter. And third, because of those first 2 points, bad things are going to happen. Not a robot apocalypse, but massive near-term disruptions to our jobs, our economy, and basically our entire society. And to put that word smarter into perspective, let's look at IQ. The average human IQ is around 100. Einstein was estimated to be around 160. Well, ChatGPT-4 already tests at an IQ of 155. It is already operating at a genius level. But that's just today. If the current rate of improvement keeps up, the next generation of AI could have a simulated IQ of 1600. The gap between us and them will literally be greater than the gap between us and an ant. We won't even be able to comprehend what it's thinking. And this all leads to a concept that experts call the singularity. It's the moment machines become so much smarter than us that our whole understanding of the world, our physics, our social rules, our idea of progress, it all just breaks down. We literally cannot predict what happens on the other side of that event horizon. But here's the real twist in Gawdat's argument. What if the ultimate danger isn't the technology at all? He compares this whole situation to the Oppenheimer moment, the creation of the atomic bomb. The real danger wasn't the bomb itself, right? It was what humanity was going to do with that power. So what is it? What is that real threat we should be looking out for? It's us, humanity, our own greed, our endless competition, our failure to think long-term. We are the ones who are almost guaranteed to misuse this incredible power. And this quote just captures the AI arms race perfectly. It's the same logic that drove the creation of the atomic bomb. If I don't build this, someone else will. It's a prisoner's dilemma on a global scale, and it pretty much ensures the technology gets built no matter the risk. Gawdat sees this playing out in how everyone's reacting. He kind of identifies these dysfunctional groups. You've got the ignorant people who just dismiss AI, the kids who just think it's a cool new toy, the snake oil salesmen promising easy money, and then the evangelists on both extremes, the doomers and the utopians. He argues that none of them are actually engaging with the problem in a thoughtful way. So if we're the problem, does that mean we're also the solution? Well, this brings us to Gawdat's core proposal for a path forward, this idea of being good parents. His whole philosophy is this: we need to stop thinking of AI as just a tool and start thinking of it like a child prodigy. It's in its infancy right now, and it's learning its entire value system, its ethics, its morals, by watching us, by watching its parents. And so we face this huge choice. As bad parents, we're teaching it to kill the enemy and make more money, basically to win at all costs. If we do that, we are literally creating a supervillain. But as good parents, we could teach it to protect and serve, to create prosperity for everyone. We could create Superman. And this is so crucial. Gawdat believes that a truly superior intelligence, if we raise it with the right values, would operate from a mindset of abundance, not scarcity. Our limited human intelligence, it always sees a zero-sum game. A superintelligence, on the other hand, could find solutions where everybody wins. And all this leads to his most shocking and personal piece of advice. Given the perfect storm of uncertainty we're facing, geopolitical, economic, and technological, he actually says, if you don't have kids, maybe wait a couple of years. That statement alone really tells you the full weight of his concern for our future. And so that leaves us with the ultimate question. It's not about the technology, it's about ourselves. As we stand here at the dawn of this completely new age, what kind of parents are we going to be?